Master Ken here with another secret street fighting tip. According to the internets, there is a new apex predator on the loose that may threaten our very existence. It is called a murder hornet. Now, I don't know how many murders it's committed, but if the word murder is in the name, it's probably a lot. As if 2020 wasn't already enough of a bullshit sandwich, we may soon all be the victims of a deadly sting operation. That's why today's video is all about how to fight a murder hornet. Now, at the beginning of every self-defense situation, I always recommend we start with prevention, because if you can avoid the conflict altogether, your chances of survival greatly increase. I'm going to assume that murder hornets, like most evil creatures, feast on blood. So you're going to want to reduce your blood levels at every opportunity. You can do this one of two ways. You can go to a blood bank and have it extracted professionally, or if you work odd hours like I do, you can just extract it yourself. Just poke a hole in yourself, get a plastic baggie. Just remember to stop before you feel dizzy, because then it's harder to get help. Then just swing by the blood bank and shove it in the mail slot. Just sort of squish it through the mail slot. And I assume it ends up in its proper destination after that. I've never checked. But they've also never told me to stop. I assume if they didn't want me to do that, I would have gotten a letter or something. Not that I opened my mail, but if I did, I probably would have gotten a letter by now. But do that and it should keep you safe, because as the old saying goes, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of blood. That's about a pound. The second thing I would recommend in preparing to battle murder hornets is to pick a travel companion. You do this for two reasons. One, they are either very fit and well trained so they can team up with you to battle the hornets, or two, they are untrained and out of shape so you can sacrifice them and save yourself. So remember, you don't have to be able to outrun the hornets, you just have to be able to outrun your friend. So you might want to pick someone that's a little heavy or has a gimpy leg. Also be aware that you might be the weak one. So if someone you know is very fit and better trained than you are, and they ask you to be their murder hornet travel companion, you might be the gimp. Once you have picked your murder hornet travel companion, you also want to make sure at all times that you have some honey available. Bees, wasps, and even murder hornets are going to be irresistibly drawn to this. Now, why would you want to carry something that's going to draw them to you? You don't want to draw them to you, you want to draw them to this guy here. So, you hear some buzzing in the distance and suddenly you tell your friend, hey, got this new wonderful skin treatment, if you want to try it out. And they say, oh yeah, that sounds really great. And then you just sort of just lightly apply some honey. Just sort of rub it around the forehead, up in the hair, and get it in their hair. In Russia, they actually call this a honey pot. This is where they'll use this to catch diabetics that are spies. A lot of people don't know that, but spies are also diabetics. So they will entice them. When they're having low blood sugar, they'll say, oh, just come over to this person and lick their face. They actually usually smear honey on the crotch, which puts the spy diabetics in a very difficult position. Not just physically, but ethically. Russians do a lot of things differently. It's important to learn about other cultures. Now it's time to do battle with the murder hornet. You're going to want to have a blunt instrument close by, and when you hear the murder hornet approaching to sting all the honey off of your friend's face, you're going to use him as a backstop. You know that you cannot crush an insect unless you have something to crush it against. That's what your friend is here for. So I'm going to wait until it approaches and crush the hornet against my friend's body. All right, if you don't manage to swat the murder hornet, there is one more thing you can do. What a lot of people don't know is unlike bees who grow up in beehives, hornets grow up in caves. The reason they are called hornets is because they literally have horns on their head. A lot of people incorrectly refer to them as antenna. They are not antenna, they are horns. So hornets grow up in horny caves. A horny cave is almost exactly the same size as two human mouths pressed together. So I'm going to ask Bob to open his mouth, I'm going to open mine, and entice the murder hornet into our trap. Just ask Bob to open his mouth. Now we wait for the murder hornet to approach. You gotta chew it right away. You gotta bite the stinger. Otherwise it'll sting you in the mouth. You just really chomp down on it. Also, it's important to swallow. You gotta make sure you swallow it. Because if you spit it out and hit somebody else with the venom, you might be charged with involuntary manslaughter. Oh. You want to swallow every single part except for the hornet groin. Because as always, we re-stomp that groin. I'm Master Ken, and that was another Secret Street Fighting tip. Us. It's good. Thanks for watching our video. Remember, you can order your own personalized video message from me, Master Ken, by going to Cameo. So whether it's a happy birthday, or you want me to tell you, or your instructor, why your martial art is total bullshit, go to Cameo and order your video message today. And remember, always re-stomp that groin.